Hi all, this is Dr.R.Alarmelu Mangai, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Dr. SNSInstitutions College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. In this video, we are going to discuss software testing strategies under Software Testing, Unit 4 of Software Engineering. Now, coming to the software testing strategies, it is a high-level document used to validate the test types or levels to be executed for product and specify the software development life cycles testing approach. And once the test strategy has been written, we cannot modify it and it is approved by the product manager, the development team. Coming to the strategies, first one is black box testing. You all know if you have anything inside a black box, you will not be able to see what is inside. The same way here in this test, the functionalities of the software are tested without looking at the internal code structure. Next one is white box testing. This tests the internal code structure and logic of the software. Next one is unit testing. This tests the individual units or components of the software to ensure they are functioning as intended. Next one is integration testing. This tests the integration of different components of the software to ensure they work together as a system. Next one is functional testing. This tests the functional requirements of the software to ensure that they are met. Then next one is system testing. This tests the complete software system to ensure it meets the specified requirements. Next one is acceptance testing. This tests the software to ensure it meets the customers or end users expectations. Next one is regression testing. This tests the software after changes or modifications have been made to ensure the changes have not introduced new defects. Next is performance testing. This tests the software to determine its performance and characteristics such as speed, scalability, and stability. Next one is security testing. This tests the software to identify the vulnerabilities and ensure it meets security requirements. Next one is debugging. So this debugging is a process of identifying and resolving errors or bugs in the software system. So we have studied about testing. So now what is the difference between testing and debugging? So in testing, it will show that whether your project is right or not, you have defects or not. It will not correct your errors. Whereas in debugging, it will identify and also it will resolve your errors. So it is an essential skill for developers, as even well-designed software can contain bugs that needs to be addressed to ensure proper functionality. Coming to the process of debugging, first one is reproducing the issue. The first step in debugging is to reproduce the problem. This often involves running the software with the same inputs or conditions that caused the bug to occur in the first place. So we have to find out what is the issue. Next one is understanding the code. Once the issue is reproducible, developers need to understand the relevant parts of the code that are involved in causing the problem. This may involve reviewing the code, including related documentation and specifications. And next under the process is isolating the bug. Developers needs to isolate the bug to understand its scope and impact. This may involve using debugging tools, logging, or other techniques to narrow down the cause of the issue. Next one is fixing the bug. Once the bug is isolated, developers can work on fixing it. This may involve modifying the code, adjusting configurations, or making other changes to address the underlying issue. Testing the fix. After the bug is fixed, it is important to test the software to ensure that the problem has been resolved and that the fix hasn't introduced any new issues. This may involve running automated tests, manual testing, or both. Next one is deploying the fix. Once the fix has been tested and verified, it can be deployed to the production environment or released to the users as a part of an update or patch. So, we have discussed what is testing and what is debugging. So, testing will see whether you have any defects in your project. And what about the debugging? It finds out what is the defect and also it rectifies that defect. So, coming to the assessment part, you have to study the concepts of debugging, what is debugging and what are the process or steps involved in debugging, and also you have to list out the testing strategies. So in the next class we are going to discuss black box testing and white box testing, and these contents we have referred from the fundamentals of software engineering and software engineering books of different authors. Thank you.